Right. Just some general thoughts on how practice went today, first day getting back out there.
Yes, I thought today was, a great start to camp. Obviously the heat, we're practicing, right in the heat of the day. I thought that was something that, we're going to have to get used to just because we've practiced in the morning in the previous years. But I think it's something that we need as a team. Our games are going to be, at 1 o'clock, first week, 6. So we're gonna have a bunch of hot games and playing teams that also, playing in or practicing in hot temperatures. So thought that was good. And just the overall, composure of the team was also nice. This is an older team. And you can just tell everyone was in business today.
Just your thoughts on depth at linebacker and who maybe you're excited about, maybe behind you, Grant and Hayden.
Yeah. So, we obviously, we're older now. And so there's a good, hierarchy, there's a great, leadership in the room, especially, with Grant and Hayden coming back with Dede, Jackson Woodard, AP, all guys that are, one play away from going in. And we're excited about the development that they've kind of, been through and gained throughout the offseason.
You look maybe a little, I don't know, thicker than last year. What did you do from a body shape standpoint over the summer?
Yes, it was, I think, last season I broke my ribs week 2, and I felt like my strength just never kind of finally came back. And so, this next season, I was like, I'm not gonna let that be an issue. I want to be able to have that size and strength. So something, Coach Walker and I, we kind of sat down and talked about, want to work on that. And, that comes with, working on speed and getting underneath that squat bar. I'm at 232.
Good weight for you.
Yes. And I'm hoping, stay there through camp, add a few pounds or, a couple here and there, but hopefully stay at that weight.
Sam mentioned there was a segment in practice where there might have been 3 picks in the span. I think it was the 2 defense. What did you see during that period if you were watching that part?
Yes. So, we're getting after the ball today as a defense. I think we had, maybe 6. I had a couple today, which I was excited about. Just something I wanted to work on was, my pass coverage. And, I think that comes with, working on your technique, knowing the coverage is better. And that's, credit to Coach Shear, Coach Odom. Yes, sir.
First of all, who did you pick off?
It was, I think it was Hornsby on both those.
I wanted to ask you about Grant. Guy, the former walk-on, everybody missed on him. We missed on him in evaluation, coaches, everybody missed on him. But he doesn't fit the mold, I guess, of what you would think of. He's probably 5'11" or so. What makes Grant? What is it about him that makes him such a good player?
Grant is the ultimate competitor. I think he yeah, no, that's Grant Morgan. And he's always someone that takes everything as a competition. If it's in the weight room, if it's, literally any argument, he just wants to win. And I think if you have that competitive nature, you're going to be successful. And, he was told all along that he wasn't good enough, wasn't big enough, wasn't, fast, strong. And he's like, listen, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to try to outwork people. And, last season was a testament to that. And it's just great to watch, great to see. And I'm so happy for him. Glad he's back with us this season. I think his leadership is going to be huge for us going to this next season.
Just how much 4-man front was used today, and just how much do you think it can help as far as putting pressure on the passer and against the run?
Yeah. So, we had a couple DBs, I think, out. And so we wanted to work on our 4-down fronts. We obviously have a lot more depth on our D line with the transfers coming in, young guys stepping up. And it's exciting to see because, you get in that 4-down, you can really start getting after the passer. And from what I saw today, it looked good. And we're excited about being able to use that 4-down.
I've seen you. I know you're doing some NIL stuff. I'm not going to name any names, but I had some chicken at one of your places the other day. So hopefully I'll help you out. What do you think about NIL, and how is it going over in the locker room, do you think?
It's a great opportunity. I think student athletes all across the country, should be able to profit off of it. You know, the locker room, if you have you have good team chemistry, you know, you don't have guys being jealous. You don't have, you know, the problem in the locker room. But then again, it's football season. You know, those are great opportunities for us. But at the end of the day, you know, we're excited about focusing on just playing ball, and all those opportunities are great and all. But you know, if you don't win games, you don't play well. That's ultimately going to be the real reason that you make the most money, you know, at the end of this thing.
And you're, I guess, one of 19 starters back, and there's 23 seniors. Just what's it like having that much experience on the roster?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is leadership. You know, the young guys can learn from the ways of the older guys, something we haven't had in a long time. And I think it just, you know, creates a great environment throughout the whole team. Practice, you know, we're practicing smarter. And, you know, you go into games, experience is everything. That's when you learn how to win, you know, how to fight certain things, certain situations, how to bounce back after losses, and having that much experience coming back is gonna be probably the biggest thing for us.
I'd see Ridgeway, Trey Williams. Wondering what you thought about those guys on their first day and just what they've done in the offseason, getting to know them and everything.
Yeah, those are great guys. Ridgeway, he's a big dude. He comes off the ball fast. You know, I think a few linebackers today were talking about it, just kind of his dynamic, you know, explosiveness he's got. So I'm excited to see it. You know, it's day one. There's no pads on. But I think as a start to the defense was big, and ultimately those guys are going to help us tremendously.
I know you're a senior, and normally, I mean, this is definitely your last year, but there's also the COVID year that I guess you're gonna have the same decision like Grant did last year. How are you approaching this year? Are you approaching it as your last year, or is it too early to even think about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, so you go through this thing. COVID popped up. I didn't think that there was even going to be that possibility. So I kind of attacked this offseason like, you know, it was my last offseason. But the game of football, your career could be done that quick. So you kind of have to have that mentality regardless, because, you know, one play, you're done. So, you know, I'm going to attack this season like it's my last, but then again, that's how you should attack every season.
What have you seen from the coaching staff year two? Are they more comfortable? Do the players understand what they want more? How would you describe, you know, Sam Pittman's year two and where you guys are at with him?
You know, Coach Pittman does a fantastic job about not only getting us prepared, but getting our coaches, you know, exactly, you know, in line with what he wants. You know, I think there's no confliction among our coaching staff. We have a bunch of great coaches who, you know, mesh well, and, you know, ultimately they all have the same vision. And I think that just comes from Coach Pittman just being such a great person. You know, they want to coach hard for him. And he wants to be a great head coach for all of his assistant coaches. And, you know, it kind of just trickles down throughout the whole team. But, you know, our coaches have a very, you know, strong demeanor. They want to win as much as we do and as much as Coach Pittman does. Thank you.